What's up, my Vina loves? It's Miss Vina D coming to you all from Vina Entertainment News. So a few days ago was the Golden Globes, and Oprah made this incredible speech. I'm going to put a link in the description below. Most of you have heard the speech and all of that, but just in case you didn't, you know her speech was incredible. And yes, a little excerpts from the speech when she said, "I want all the girls watching to know that a new day is on the horizon. And when that new day finally dawns, it will be because of a lot of magnificent women and phenomenal men who are fighting hard to make sure that they become the leaders who take us to the time when nobody ever has to say me too again." And most of you are aware of this Me Too campaign with, women in Hollywood speaking out about being, raped or just sexually assaulted by men in the industry. So after Oprah's speech, it just led to a firestorm. Everybody saying Oprah for president, and it was just, this amazing moment. Now, most of you are aware of the Weinstein guy and all of the accusations against him, and he had to step down. So Seal went ahead and posted this meme, and on the top it reads, "When you have been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you are the solution." Okay, how ironic that he posted this literally like the same night or the day after the speech, so everyone felt like he was coming for Oprah. So his caption was, "Oh, I forgot, that's right. You'd heard the rumors, but you had no idea he was actually serially assaulting young straight-eye actresses who in turn had no idea what they were getting into. My bad." And then he did the hashtag and all of that. Okay, so everyone was going after Seal. How dare you come for Oprah? You're disrespectful. The comments are just ridiculous. So this is Seal explaining what he meant when he posted that, and that this had absolutely nothing to do with Oprah.
Hi everyone. First of all, let me apologize for the delayed response, and secondly for the less than perfect lighting. I'm out in the Alps and I just got home after a day's riding, so please bear with me. Now let's get straight to it. Let me start by saying that I have an enormous amount of respect for everything that Oprah has achieved and contributed in her life. What I reposted was not an attack on Oprah at all. She just happened to be the person photographed with the pig in the picture. No, what I reposted was commentary on the hypocritical and double standard nature and behavior of Hollywood. So Fox News, back off, but I'll get to you later. Next, to those of us who support the Me Too movement, just know this. Not one of the women who have been sexually abused, not one of the women who have come forward has received any real justice whatsoever. Losing your job because you either A, raped, B, sexually abused, or even sexually harassed a woman is not real punishment. You steal from the post office, you go to jail. And hashtag real talk for a second, we all know what would happen to any one of those power abusers if they looked like me. Next, somebody posted a comment on this post saying, calling me an Uncle Tom, saying, quote, "They were disappointed to see a brother tearing a sister down," end of quote. So let me get this straight. In order to promote social awareness dialogue on this particular subject, I repost, not create, but repost a meme that appeared on my social feed, and now all of a sudden it's a brother tearing down a sister issue. Let me make something abundantly clear to you. I am English born, but don't get that baby kiss from a rose stuff twisted. See these scars on my face? My parents are from Africa, more specifically Nigeria, and I am about as black as you will ever get. Next, Fox News. Don't try and use me as a pawn against Oprah and in any of your political games. And Stacey Dash Keep my name out of your mouth. Do not retweet, requote anything I have said in order to reinforce your self-hating agenda. You live in the sunken place. Again, this was not an attack against Oprah. This was an observation of the toxic nature of Hollywood. And I believe that a conscious people are a progressive people. Next, to all of you who have been raped, to all of you who have been sexually abused, I applaud you for coming forward. What you did takes real courage. And please keep showing that courage, and please keep coming forward, because that's the only way that we get to solve this thing. We talk about it, we open dialogue, we solve it. For the rest of us, I've got some new ones for you. How about hashtag we all knew? How about hashtag tell the truth? How about hashtag accountability? Seal out.
So after he made that video on Facebook, everybody talking about, oh, you backtracking. I'm sure Oprah and her people made that call. Don't F with Oprah. I'm sure you were threatening all of that. You were threatening all of that. And Seal was basically saying, I just used a meme, but he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing, because Oprah just made an incredible speech. Everyone's talking about her. Everyone's screaming Oprah for president, all of that. And then of all of the memes you could have found and chosen, you chose that one because he knew posting that would have driven his message and his point and all of that. And I get what he was doing, and it worked because it was a media firestorm. But as it relates to the whole Me Too situation, it's sad, it's disgusting, it's terrible for the women who were really raped and going through all of the things that they're going through. You know, my heart goes out to all of you. You're in my prayers and all of that. However, I am not down for the ones who are just coming out and saying whatever, you know, even though it didn't happen. So I'm not here to say to people that their stories are not valid and it did not happen. I'm just saying that there's some serious, disgusting things that happen to women. And the ones who nothing happened to and are just coming out to say me too, they are the reasons why certain people have reservations, like, you know. But like I said, you can never judge people's stories. You can never say why you took so long. You know, people have a lot of reasons why they took so long, you know, and you have to be very careful on how you respond and come, you know, for people who have gone through situations, because you don't want to end up sounding insensitive. And that's why it's like people are on the fence, right? Because they're like, okay, are we just supposed to believe everybody? Because what's going on is like, you know, people come out and say these things happen, but I have yet to see like any case being filed, like any. The consequences are people resigning from their positions or losing their jobs and things like that. And I get it, but I have yet to see like a consequence as far as the law is involved. So hopefully we get to see where this is going to go, because someone just saying me too, but then there's no justice. It's kind of like, okay, so we will see what happens. And like I said, I'm going to lift all of the women who have gone through terrible situations, you know, up in prayers. But that's what Seal had to say, and people were mad, saying, oh my God, you're backtracking, we were really rooting for you yesterday and now you're changing your tone and all of that. Whatever the case might be, this is not a funny or a laughing matter, but when he hit that high note and said basically, don't let my sinking voice fool you, I fell on the floor. Like I was just like, what the hell? And then when he went in on Stacey Dash, like, don't use me to, you know, go ahead and further promote your hatred. So I like that he went there. Now, Emma Rose been speaking against, you know, sexual assault for years, but I guess because it was coming from Emma Rose, people did not pay attention, they didn't care. You know, the Emma Rose Slut Walk, which she started the LA edition, which wasn't created by Emma Rose. It was created by a student in Canada who was raped. And when she wanted to talk about being raped, she was told if she didn't dress the way she dressed, maybe she would not have been raped. And that's when the whole slut walk movement started. And you know, Emma Rose have been saying for years, just because I love love, I'm open about my relationships and all of that, doesn't give a man, you know, the right to put his hands on me, touch me, disrespect me, or rape or do anything sexual with me against my will. But because it was coming from Emma Rose, people would just shoot the messenger and be down on her. But now all of a sudden, because it's coming from other people in Hollywood and people they claim they respect, now all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, you know. But Emma Rose, you know, did post this message right here after Oprah's speech. And so kudos to Emma Rose, because she's been doing amazing things in the community with her foundation and the slut walk movement and helping young women and all of that, and even going as far as saying, you know what, I am going to claim the word. I'm going to take that word and take the power out of it. I don't care if you guys call me that word, that, you know, the S word, her movement, the slut walk movement. I'm going to take that word and I'm going to claim it, and I'm not going to allow those words to have power over my life anymore. So she's not going around here calling herself that word. She was just saying that I'm not going to allow her to have power over me. The same way how some people throw the N-word around, I don't use it, you know, and that's what she was doing. But anyways, now let's get back to Seal going in on Stacey Dash. A lot of people, in as much as it was like Reed and all of that, they were saying, Seal, you are not one to talk about the sunken place, because in as much as your complexion and African roots, we have yet to see you date anyone, okay, or marry someone of your complexion or from where you're from. You know, every single woman you know Seal dates is like, is white, you know. So people are like, how dare you talk about Stacey Dash being in the sunken place when you are the king of sunken place, and how dare you come for her when an African American woman stood up and spoke against something terrible going on, and you took the time to bring her down. I guess what Seal is coming from is the women he date is love. Love wins, right? Love is love. It doesn't matter the complexion of your skin, where you're from. If these are the people that he's around, he doesn't go out there saying, okay, I want a white woman, I want a black woman. He falls in love with the people who are in his environment. So if his environment is filled with white women, then it's like, I fell in love because I fell in love because this person was there, not because I wasn't looking for it. And then again, it's okay to have a preference, but where Seal is drawing a line between him and Stacey Dash is basically him saying, falling in love and being in love with someone and creating love is something completely different than sitting on national television and tearing down your own people, calling them every name in the book and being hateful. So that's where Seal is coming from. You can't compare me to this lady and talk about I'm in a sunken place as far as who I date, because dating someone and falling in love is completely different than someone who sit around hating on where she's from and hating on her own people. So I guess that's what Seal is saying as far as the difference. But you know what? Whatever the case might be, we'll see what happens with this whole situation. And also about the fact that the cases and people are not getting arrested and all of that. I am fully aware that someone coming out and saying something happened to me 20-something years ago with no evidence, no nothing, just their word. You can't go around just start arresting people and locking them up with just someone saying this happened to me, there's no evidence, there's no nothing. So it's going to be very tricky. You know, yes, there are some cases that have been filed and open, but like I said, you can't just go around arresting people because someone came out and said something happened to me 20 years ago. And then you also have the jurisdictions and the time limit and how many years can someone file a case. There's so much stuff that, you know, goes with this. So whatever the case might be, we will see what happens. You know, happens with all of these cases. But I'm glad to see people standing up and speaking up and getting the strength, you know, that they've been lacking to just tell the truth and walk in their truth. But anyways, my Vina loves, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I'm wishing you all an amazing day. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.